How's it going, guys? Tony here. Today we're going to review Gunstar Heroes on the Sega Genesis. Well, I'm not holding a cartridge, and I didn't want to pay like $40 or $50 for that game. I should have it in my collection. Well, I kind of do. I have it on the Sega Genesis Classics collection, and I actually have this on the Switch and the PlayStation 4. I'm going to use this particular game for some of the games I don't own, some of the games I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money on, and today we're going to look at Gunstar Heroes, see if it's worthy. Hint, hint, it is. Guys, please subscribe to me. I'm giving away a Sega Genesis Mini. All you have to do is subscribe to be included in that giveaway contest. Alright guys, let's take a look at Gunstar Heroes. Yeah, it's included on this set. Alright, let's check it out. Alright, Gunstar Heroes. This is like the killer IP of the Sega Genesis, and Treasure knocks it out of the park here. We're going to see if this game belongs on the Sega Genesis Mini, also my thoughts on the game, and if I have any childhood memories. If you and a buddy want to run through an awesome time, an awesome run and gun experience, this game is for you. Alright guys, let's get right into it and see if it belongs on the Sega Genesis Mini. Does Gunstar Heroes belong on the Sega Genesis Mini? Do I even need to ask that question? Really? This is one of the greatest Sega Genesis games, nigh 16-bit games of its generation. This game alone is just so much fun. And it has that blast processing that Sega always talked about. That's a little joke. But again, this game, the fun factor alone is worth it being on the Sega Genesis. Not only being just one of the greatest Sega Genesis games ever made. Also, you're really going to enjoy the co-op mode. You and a friend playing through this awesome experience. So I'm going to say 100%, 1,000,000%, this game belongs on the Sega Genesis Mini. What makes Gunstar Heroes such a great game? Well, it's a run and gun game, and I love those style of games, very similar to Contra. You basically go through each level, blowing stuff up, blasting your enemies, and then make it to the end to fight a boss. And speaking of the bosses, they are so creative and just so well done in how you have to fight them. And I absolutely love the stakes involved. I love how challenging they can become. And just some of the last bosses in this game are phenomenal. Some of the most memorable battles from the 16-bit era. Other things I really enjoy about Gunstar Heroes, I love the upgrades. I love the different weapons you can use in this game. And also, this is not a one-hit kill kind of game. You have a life bar. I love that. It's actually marked up there at the top. And you're not going to die after one hit. So that's very enjoyable. It makes the game a little bit more enjoyable for me, for someone who's not the best at these kind of games. I also have to mention that the 2-player mode is going to be very, very enjoyable. I've actually never played through this game with another person, but that would be a lot of fun. Also, I never played this game back in the day, and we're going to talk about that later, and just what I missed out on. Let's talk about what's not so good about Gunstar Heroes. I'm not gonna lie, this is another one of those near perfect games for me. A 9.5, even like a 10 out of 10 for me, just because of how fun the game is. I love the visuals, I love the soundtrack, and the gameplay. That's where it's at. I love just blasting through, I love blasting all the enemies, and again, the boss fights are phenomenal. I don't have any complaints for this one, and that's really rare. It's almost a near perfect 16-bit Genesis game. And this game symbolizes what the Sega Genesis was all about. And I am so glad that Sega decided to put this on the Sega Genesis Mini. You can actually play it on the Sega Genesis Classics on the Switch, the Xbox One, and the PlayStation 4. Now, if you're going to get a cartridge, it's going to set you back a little bit, anywhere between $30 and $40 from what I'm seeing online at the date of this recording. So yeah, I actually recommend getting the classics, and you can actually track that down now for like 20 bucks online. Alright, let's talk about my childhood memories, and let's get into it. This is another one of those games where I don't have any memory of. I did not play this game as a kid. I did not rent this game. I don't know why. Actually, I don't think this game was available to rent at my local video stores. I never seen it. I've always heard about it in magazines, and that's really the only thing that I ever remember about this game, is just seeing the reviews and seeing the coverage. And then years later, when YouTube would actually become very, very popular, people would be talking about like top 10 Sega Genesis games of all time, and this would always be on their list. And I have got to agree with them. This is in at least my top 10, if not top 20, and Sega killed it with this choice. So in conclusion, you're going to have an absolute blast just going from level to level, shooting everything up, blowing everything up, and the boss battles. You're also going to enjoy this with a friend, play through it with a friend, sit down on a couch, and enjoy it together like it was meant to back in the 90s. Alright guys, well thank you for watching. Have you played this game? Do you enjoy it? Do you think it's as good as a Contra game? Let me know down in the comments below. Guys, if you have not subscribed to me, please do so. That's going to put you in the running for a Sega Genesis Mini. I'm giving one away at the end of the month of September. Alright guys, well enjoy the rest of this footage, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.